there's not really any items particularly wants to find. Rather, he wants to create items. Like his lifelong goal would be to craft a weapon that's fit for the gods, something of legendary stature.
So past Metal Gear.
Yes.
Yormund doesn't actually have anything particular in mind, but I suppose he has had the thought of, I suppose, a great sword light enough that he can use it one-handed while in giant form. It's something he sees a lot of himself in his power fantasies.
I don't know, it's probably a long shot with another eye.
For Katya, it would be the what's it called? The tribe leader's great axe.
Commander?
Hey,
Easy answer. No. He has assaults. That's enough.
So is that your answer? You're not looking for anything?
Since it says weapon and items, I'm thinking like,
Etc. Anything really.
Answers to what happened that long ago. That would be the only thing you'd search for. Simple.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the quest for knowledge. I wonder if Svenja might have a similar thing. Oh, you
I'm sort of intermittently AFK right now, just trying to sort out something. Any particular weapon item that your character longs to find?
Yeah, or just anything in general that they may be seeking.
I think she would like to find an item that allows her to survive the energy of the Valkyrie inside of her. Because at the moment, all the lore that she has sort of researched says that if that goes over a certain threshold, it will be too much for her body to contain and it will destroy her. Although she has had a conversation with the Valkyrie and they are broadly aligned around the goals of being a hero and doing the right thing and getting the Valkyrie to Valhalla and getting Svenja to Valhalla. They yet have to test their ability to not cross that edge onto the chasm where Svenja gets destroyed.
Yeah, we didn't catch all of that, but I think we got the gist.
Oh crap, is my mic not doing well or intermittent or?
Yeah, it just sounded like your connection. It might have been mine, but it sounded like your connection was dipping. I don't know what you were. You might just have gone out of the spot. It sounded like you were moving.
Okay, well, I'll sit a bit closer and tell me if it happens again.
Will do. That sounded pretty clear. Yeah, then I know. Yeah, last week was not much actually happened. Again, apologies for last week, but what did we actually do? I think Gorm managed to go and perform the ritual with his mother, and then that was pretty much it. There were some conversations back in town between you guys and your parents, but I don't think anything too drastic happened last week. But if anyone's got any reminders, please let me know. I'm just quickly going to grab something and I'll be right back. 1 minute and then we can start.
Yeah, we were choosing troops for the fight, and you were left with the leftovers, Mikkel.
Could you repeat that?
We were choosing like extra units for the fight, and you were not here.
Ah, yeah.
You might need to stick with what was left.
I mean, I'll just fill in wherever needed.
There
let's see.
is a couple of pigeons staring at me across the street through my window.
It's the
Listening in.
government.
I have binoculars here somewhere. Binocular. Yep, it's looking straight into my fucking soul. I'm closing my curtain.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, what is looking into your soul?
There are a pair of pigeons across the street that was staring at me through my window. I closed the curtain.
Human and meme.
Yeah. And this is wigging me out.
Odin's degraded from ravens to pigeons. It's just...
Odin's shitty cousin. Nobody knows.
Okay, I'm just getting music going. But yeah, Mikhail, nice to have you back. I know you've missed the past two where we introduced the warfare rules, but it's pretty simple to pick up. I'm sure you won't have much trouble. There is in the journals, there's a thing there called Strongholds and Followers, and you can see the warfare rules are in there. There's a section called Warfare down at the bottom that has all the rules, but the premise is just that you're going to have units that will be commanded on a larger battlefield surrounding a normal kind of combat scenario, like normal encounters. And each of you is going to be starting commanding 3 units, but you'll be commanding all units of Bradavik together, and it should be pretty simple to pick up as we go on. I've created all the units. So actually, let me move you over to the other map so you can see the army that you're working with. This has finally been amassed. And there's a few figures that I had forgotten about before. And then I will reveal the enemy army as you discover them.
Okay. Quick note that Svenja going around and chatting to everybody and boosting morale rolled a nat 20, so everybody has a what? Advantage on their first morale check. Every unit. Did I fade in and out there? Okay, so Svenja did go around boosting the morale at the camp last time and got a nat 20, so all units have a advantage on their first morale check, just for a combat thing.
Cool. Yeah, we did hear you there. And yeah, we'll remember that when when we get into battle, everyone's rearing up and ready to go. And where we begin. Sorry, music. I'm not on my own laptop, so everything's a bit different. Okay, may get too intense too quickly, but so as we jump into tonight's session, we will open as everyone has been moving armies and things like that for the past couple of hours, and a lot of you are making your way into position. We will begin the session. Yeah, as night has fallen on Bardavik, there is a moon high above, this full moon casting an ethereal glow over the stormy seas as the rain has started to come down hard, and the guards stationed in the watchtowers there along the beach stand vigilant. They are all watching in the dark, just waiting for this fleet to arrive. And so I got to mute the thing. Okay, that was not for real. So yeah, these guards that are stationed in the watchtowers have got their eyes fixed on the horizon. This rain is just pelting down on their cloaks and armor, but there is an excitement in the air. These are Northmen that are ready for battle, and a couple of them are not looking as afraid as maybe they should be. As perched high above the village, Svenja and her force of Valkyries are flying over, surveying the area. And Svenja, you will see, as you are trying to look around, you will see a familiar little fairy come flying up to you with great urgency, as you see she has got the fang sword that she carries with her, and she will call up to you. She says, Svenja, Svenja, I heard there was something going on. We've come to help. And you can see she has brought with her a force of pixies.
So at this point in time, Svenja is sort of high on adrenaline and the stress of the morale, so she would almost shout out in joy and say to everyone, "Hey, look, Fang and her friends are here to help us." And does she have a? Yes, she does have a war horn, and sort of like just do a bit of a welcoming. No, you don't want to blow a war horn just before battle, but
Yeah, literally everyone in Bradovik is waiting for the sound of a horn to know that they've arrived. So, you think against it, but you can from up here. You'll see them. You'll see the rest of your sort of Valkyries getting excited about this as well, I suppose. But the down below, you'll see on these watchtowers that the guards are just clutching their spears tightly. They're just waiting, all this training sort of leading up. They know that their duty is to protect their home, their loved ones, and their way of life. And tonight, they will be the first line of defense against the impending raid. We'll go back to the battlefield map, because I'm now going to ask where your actual characters are. I know we did sort of do this last week, but I want to know who's going to be here on the front lines when these first ships arrive. If there's anyone that's going to be standing in battle alongside Skirfa and the other guards. is down at A, basically.
Yes, Camilla will be at A with the Grong archers. The plan is to basically and she has shared this with the group, that the plan is that we are gonna draw their attention and then retreat backwards while trying to draw them into an ambush at B.
Okay, yeah. I will say those tactics are. I wouldn't overthink them too much. You can try and do that when we are in the battle. But yeah, you and the Grung archers are definitely you will be down at A, and Svenja, I assume that you are also sort of hovering around there. Will you be part of that battle?
So I think where we left last time, Ingvild and her Valkyries, or half of the Valkyrie force, if you want to split it that way, was sort of patrolling towards the left or the western river in case they decide to come up, and Svenja was with the other half of the Valkyrie force, if we can split them, patrolling to the right of the river. And the moment we have clarity around where they'll land, we'll probably go and offer support for the beachhead withdrawal. So the idea is not to fight there, but to, as they withdraw, give them morale and healing so that we can pull them back. So yeah, so if you're okay with that, essentially between Svenja and Valkyries, we'll be covering from the air both of the rivers. If you need me to move them a bit forward down, I can't seem to move them right now.
It's
4.
Okay, all pause.
Okay, so am I to understand that you guys have no intention of actually fighting at the beachhead? You're just going to wait for them to arrive and then run away?
I think the orders are to get them to engage. In other words, beach the ships and get off the ships. We don't know what sort of artillery is on the do the ships have ranged weapons, but we want them to come on foot. That's sort of the entire idea, if I remember correctly, of trying to engage them at the towers. If they choose to sail past, then just rapidly withdraw and come towards B, and we will know by then which side of the river they're coming up, which of the rivers they're coming up, left or right.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Svenja and Camilla are going to be down there when those horns go off. Is everyone else waiting up at B? Do remember that you don't have to stick with your unit. It's assumed that if you're not physically there, that you have sub-commanders and you have you've trained enough with these people that they know what to do when you're not physically there. So you guys can move around. You can be in every battle. I mean, unless it's obviously way too far away, but you guys can move around a lot quicker than your units can. So don't be shy about getting involved in these things.
In that case, Yorman has a stallion, so he'll actually come down to a not with any intent in sticking around, just for the sake of seeing for himself.
So who's worried we haven't got enough people to engage the forces at A? We don't want to engage them. We just want to. They don't know how strong we are. That's the other part of that. We want them to think that they've confronted half of the army and they are routing us. Guys, is my voice connection on and off and dodgy?
I think it's just easier to figure it out as it happens.
Okay.
No plans of Ice first contact. Last day too.
That is such a good description of how my day went. My calendar, my actual day had nothing to do with each other.
Oh.
Not sure. Is the game paused for anyone else?
No.
No, it's
not.
unpaused.
Hmm.
Could
You
be
can't move yourself. You are on a ruler if you're trying to move yourself.
I'm not.
It works fine.
I might just have to restart my browser then.
Yeah, we can just see you dragging around, but I've double checked it's not paused.
Okay.
You're not using the ruler instead of moving, maybe?
It wasn't select token. It's fine. Just, yeah, Jorn will be at A just to observe. Leaving his units at B.
Okay, so yeah, you ride your horse down there. I will say when you get back in, please give me an animal handling check for your horse as you ride towards the sea. I will explain why based on how the roll goes.
Yep.
So we've got Jormund, Camilla, and Svenja are there. Is everyone else at the?
Yeah, I am.
I'll set B as well.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, with the 20, you will feel your horse seems almost more enthusiastic about this battle than half the people around you, especially as you start riding towards the sea. You see it wants to go to the beach, like it is trying to take you all the way to the beach. And if you want to kind of sit back, you've got to pull in the reins a bit, which you were able to maintain control of it. But you can tell that this horse badly, it seems like it wants to go and fight on the front lines.
Oof, boy.
But as you approach, in the distance, you will hear the sound of thunder rumbling as it kind of echoes the tension that hangs in the air as the guards in the watchtowers strain their eyes, searching for any sign of these approaching longships. They remain shrouded in darkness, their beacons unlit, and hoping that they can deceive the enemy. As we get into the time's not running, that's why. You guys will hear the horn blare as there's a flash of lightning, and the first of these ships is illuminated, and they will signal that the ships have arrived. Sorry, I thought I had sound effect. Oh well. You will hear the horn as it echoes all the way up to Bradovik, and you'll hear other people along the way passing the message on as they relay that blaring horn. And we will see a number of these longships spreading in, and at least two of them are going to actually land as you see the ships. Some of them are trying to go up the river, and at least two of them beach right on the shore at the base of these towers, and you see raiders just immediately starting to pile out of them as we are going to go to the battle map. And I'm sorry this is disjointed, but I lost all my notes, so we improvise it. But everything else is prepared, yeah. So Svenja, Gorm, and Kamala.
Jormund.
That's what I meant. Why I keep doing that. I will remind you this battle is taking place at night, so
Oh, that explains why I can't see shit.
well, it's also because I haven't put your token down yet. But one sec. Okay, you guys can move yourself to where you think you would be here in this situation. But I'm just putting you down like that for now. Okay, can everyone see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though not everyone's going to be in this combat, you will all be in the battle. So we'll be deploying units now. Based on the way it works is that you will roll initiative, and then you place units in reverse order. So yeah. Has everyone got their units there? I just realized we might not have assigned all of them to Mikil, the right one.
Well, if not all of us, I didn't place any units here, technically. My units are at B and C.
Okay, I'm just gonna. So you guys have got here. You have got 3 watchtowers, which count as fortification. I'm just gonna put their tokens down here to represent them, because you'll have tokens on the map. But each one of those is a watchtower, and if you've got someone in there defending it, they get a +2 to morale while they are in there. And the goal for the enemy army is to take those watchtowers. If they can take control of those watchtowers, they will have taken the beachhead, and they will have control of A, essentially. But you can see that where the river diverges, it's obviously these things are quite abstracted, but yeah, they will be starting coming down the river. So if you want to try and lead them down the wrong one, that's going to have to come up in the battle. But for now, we have got down here the units that you guys have got. The town guards. I'm just putting them here on the side, and then you can deploy them once we've rolled initiative. The fleet up Grung. And who am I forgetting? The Valkyries. Okay, why did you just move the Grung all the way? They're not in the combat. That's a unit, so they will go on the small map.
Yeah.
I will put a Grung down with you on the beach, but there's those things only go on the little warfare map. That's the battle that's happening around you, and then the combat is happening inside there.
Okay. Were the dragon fairies on this field, or were they sort of further up? Dragon tooth fairies.
They can be on this field. It's up to you guys which units you're bringing in, but they were nearby.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's everyone you brought down, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I feel like we should just in the sake of still letting everyone actually be playing, I'd like it so that if you guys aren't in the combat, you are controlling units. but so far I'm not sure who controls which units. So, are there any other units that you guys want to try and bring in here? I'd say you can probably. I mean, I understand this is a complicated thing, but I'm not really sure how to explain it to you any better. Please ask questions if you have them.
Said I'd leave my other units back at B, so I'm
Okay, so the BBEG is wearing pink slops.
Correct.
He's just
Choose what they
Ken.
choose.
I mean, if you're
Guys, you're
raiding,
very
you gotta do
quiet
it
for me.
style.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
What?
That's a bit better, thank you.
What do you call it? The Time Guards, do they have bows and arrows? I assume so, but
Archers.
Yeah, those are both archer. They're the ones that would be up in the towers, but some of them. Bear in mind, these are armies. These are not individuals. Like you can
Mhm.
assume that these units, even if it's got a D4 for its health, that could be dozens of people. It could be hundreds, depending on the scale of the battle. Here, you've got very small units, but there's a lot of soldiers running around. So you've got the two forces there that are archers, and then the Grung as well. The Tooth Fairies and the Valkyries are both aerial units. So actually, you guys need some infantry here. Otherwise, they're going to instantly overrun you.
Can I try and get some of my Elias down? Because I don't actually have a unit down there.
Yeah, you can do that. Are you sending your ones or the Mammoth Hunters? Or Hrothgar's?
Let me send mine.
Can I
Actually, let me.
also?
I don't think are all of those archers and ranged.
Yeah.
Can I try and
Aerial
send
can
both?
hit. Aerial can hit pretty much everything, and the archers. I'm gonna have to open it up again, but yeah, you need infantry, because if they defeat all your infantry, then
Can I attempt to bring in Hammond's navy here? If we need front line, they are probably.
Okay, guys, we don't want to have too much of a resistance here because the idea
Currently, have
is
no resistance if we don't place any infantry.
No, but we actually do want them to capture the towers. What I'm worried about is that only 2 of the longships are landing. Where are the other 4 or 5 going to?
well,
Guess we'll see.
yeah, I assume that depends on our influence.
Yeah, I'll still place Hammond's navy here if I can instead of at the wall.
We wanted them to go up the right river, correct?
The left one is further away.
Okay.
The
The
right
right one-
river on the the left river on the battle map. The right river on
The other,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other one.
wall map.
So
So
we
here we
want them
want
to
them
go
to
through there.
No,
Yeah.
we want them to go. Wait. They
No,
want.
yeah, because it leads to the wall, and the wall has the
Okay.
ballista.
Okay, so we need to somehow
do you
block.
want to look at the other map quick?
No, he's right. They're still leaning in the other direction away, so it takes them more time to get there. Yeah, the left one on the battle map here is towards the wall.
Yeah, so we want to somehow make this side less
More. We
more.
want them to go to the left, so the right one has
Well,
to be more
yes.
fortified.
Just, I guess, put as much pressure on units going right. That's all we can do. Unless you can build a dam in 6 seconds, but
I can certainly try.
Yeah, there's the magic for that.
Nice.
Or
Although I'm not entirely sure what units I have. Like I assume the ballista is mine.
And
yeah,
the
you
hammers.
do have the ballista. Yeah, that was the other thing. We didn't put your units down anywhere. The last we saw your ballista was they're still in town,
Yeah.
as is. I think you also have control of the levies. You should be able to see on the like if you go into the tokens or into the actors menu, should be able to see their warfare players, Radovic, and then you should have control of some tokens in there. So you've got your unit. I've called the Hammers of Radovic. That one you can kind of you can change the name, but I've just made one for you for now. Everyone else already customized their own one. But that's just those are basic infantry. So if you complete a battle, then if you win the day, then they'll become regular and then seasoned and then veteran and then elite and so on as the more battles you fight.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys have got quite a few troops to use here. There's lots of units, so there's a bunch of the units that are still back in town that we haven't done anything with, and that's also like Magnus and them. It's their units are also around. So if you want to deploy those anyway, you can do that as well. But for now, yeah, I mean, you've said you don't want to bring out the whole army. So Mikil, are you sending someone down here? I'd say that there wouldn't have been time to get the ballista down to the beach. That one, I assume you'd set up at the wall.
Yes, everyone has planned. I don't want to be rude and just fuck up the plan. Yeah, I'll probably save my units for the other 4 black points, to be honest.
Okay. You sure you don't want to send any levies or anything? I just because I don't think you have a unit here on this. Oh no, actually, you command the other town guards, don't you? Who controls Brahm? Who has this token?
I
Not
think
me.
that was new from last week, so it's unclaimed.
Bram.
Because last week that was just one town guard unit.
Oh
Scarface.
yeah, I split them up. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can control that one if you want, and no one has claimed the Dragon Tooth Fairies yet either. You can also pass them back and forth, but there are some that when you are actually in control, like your specific units, they'll get commander bonuses from you. But there's a lot of pre-established groups here in Bardavik.
Okay. In that case, I'll take control or I'll claim the Bram Town Guard troop or unit.
Okay. And then the Tooth Fairies
Does anyone here not have a unit? Yormund, do you have a unit
everyone's
here?
got one.
I have 3 already.
No, here. Like,
No, I mean, yeah,
Oh
on this
yeah. I mean,
you control Scofield, right?
yeah.
And who, Svenja, do you control the Grung? Or is that
and the
Camilla?
Valkyrie force.
That's Camilla.
But Camilla's got the Grung. Okay, cool. So you do. So everyone's got one, but who's then taking the Tooth Fairies? I mean, that Svenja, that feels like
Yep,
up
I'm
your
happy to
alley.
make someone else is stepping forward. I'll grab them.
Feel free.
They are also an aerial unit, so it might make more sense for you to keep controlling the skies.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we've got, yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to streamline that as we go. Okay, hold on. Okay, then I think, yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to start putting their units down, but as you see these raiders climbing off of their ship, you will see that there are a couple of dwarves. There are some burly-looking warriors from 9M, some from Flostervik, some from Skapatoka, which is you recognize now as you see them on the beach, and you will just see standing on the water out at sea. You will see a figure like rise up out of the water and just point out a finger as these ships come sailing past Aegir. I mean, not Aegir. Ailson the Arisen, who stands on the surface of the water as his fleet just passes by him and tries to go into the river as the others land. You can, yeah, there's quite a battle going on, but we are going to roll for initiative as soon as.
Yeah, before the battle, I just have a feature I can do. Oh, initiative there. Never mind.
What do you mean?
I have like Hammond's Navy as an ability before battle, but you meant the fight itself, not the units.
I don't understand.
Is it not a
I-
straight d20?
We're rolling to fight like
Yeah, it'll be a straight d20 for those of you who aren't in the combat, but for those of you who are in combat, your units will just act on your turn.
I mean the unit I have in the battle as an ability before the battle starts. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you can use that.
Yeah, so on the right side, this square, will be entrenched. So whoever is standing there is +2 defense. The one in front of the right guard tower.
Oh, nice. So you entrenching there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one's. Okay. Then I will roll from there. Okay, so now we go in reverse order and we'll place the minions down. So there is also a larger army than just the commanders you're fighting here, but then you put it down, so it's going to be bunch of them first. Wait, battle handlers. Man, I used the same token for one of your units and for that guy. I'm confused. Let me just place these. So they are going to deploy. You can deploy up to the vanguard. So each on each side, you'll put your infantry in the vanguard, and that's where they will begin. Oh, I thought I'd lost them all, but I just had a letter typed into the search bar. It's like, okay, they are bringing in the raiders as their ships are actually supposed to take up 2 squares. Okay, so those are their fortifications. If you can destroy all of their ships, you'll also won the battle.
We won the raid.
Yeah, that is unlikely with what you've got here. I will just say, but I think you know that already. Now he is going to put down his units where you have the raiders here, and then the dwarves. Yeah, dwarves. Oh, no, they don't have one. Okay, Svenja, is your turn to deploy your units?
Well, because both of my units are aerial, essentially stay on the side of the battle map until they do their thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I suppose you don't have anyone to specifically deploy, but what does it look like as your where are your forces hanging around? Are they circling the battlefield, or are they just hovering above, waiting to charge as well?
I think what. Let me think about. So the Valkyries would be circling towards the reserve, the vanguard, so kind of here-ish, sort of fairly high up. They're like 200-300 feet above the battle, above the battleground. I think the Dragon Tooth fairies would be a little bit further back, maybe here at the middle. At the middle, because they're wanting to see what is coming off the ship in terms of war mages and those sort of things. So Valkyries at the front lines, visibly building up the morale. Dragon Tooth fairies, or the Tooth fairies, a little bit further back.
All right, nice. Yeah, as we see that flash of lightning illuminating these Valkyries up in the clouds. Camilla, where are you deploying your unit? I'll remind you, you also get a bonus for being in the towers.
Ooh. Let me
could you give
see.
a call of the Dragon Tooth fairies, please?
I would be deploying it at the rear, since as an archer, it's not a good idea to be in the front.
Okay, you have to be on the map though. I don't understand. It's only aerial and cavalry units that go outside of the map. Archers just can't be deployed in the vanguard. Those in those towers, you can put them into the reserves, but yeah, that's it. All other units have got to be on the field. But that's cool. That middle tower is secured by the Grung. And
Quickly, what is this +2 block over
Plus
here?
2 to defense if you have a unit
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, Hammond's navy has gone in and entrenched there and made some fortifications to help you.
Fun.
Okay, Christo, you should have. Oh, one sec. Okay, you should have control of them now.
Perfect, thank you.
And then it will be their shield maidens. Oh man, I forgot they've got multiple things. So it's actually there's meant to be these guys. And okay, you've got one ship there with those, and then go to this dude. Okay, so they've got some archers there as well. And on the middle one. Okay, that's all for now. They have got pretty packed ships, but this is all that they are deploying at this moment. As Yormund, we go to you. I feel like everyone else didn't roll. Oh, did I just not add?
I rolled 12.
I rolled an 18.
You're on 8.
Shit. That might be because your character tokens are not on the map.
I rolled with the navy.
Yeah, I didn't. I think because it doesn't have a.
Oh, you didn't add them to initiative because it's not. Yeah, that's probably it.
You can if you use the thing on the left. You should be able to use the initiative. The like if you press E. But sorry, what did you get, Mika?
8.
Okay, so Mikkel, where are you putting yours first? Because Yormund, you'll go last.
Since I'll probably put them on the left side. Yeah, in the tower to the left.
Okay, cool. And then who did I miss? Okay, yeah, where are the Goliaths?
They will come here right at the front, ready to bash these pupils.
Yeah. And then Hammond's Navy.
Someone has to protect the left.
Okay, and Yormont now, yeah, spoiled for choice. Okay, cool. So in that case, we will go now. As you see, we'll go into proper battle. Sorry, this is taking long, but it'll get faster as we learn. As we begin with you, Yormund, you can see that these Vikings have just jumped off of their ship. And yeah, indeed, he is wearing flip flops, but he's also wearing a big axe and some spiky armor. This guy looks like he means business, but doesn't want to get his shoes wet or something. We start the battle with you. Well, we start the combat with you, Yormund.
Right. So, on the same turn, do I also command the unit on the battle map?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's up to you. I mean, I would do the units first, and then, but it's up to you. I don't know.
Alright, so the town guard will try to fire a volley on 2 adjacent spaces, the 2 units in front of the Goliath, and needs a DC 13. No, so it just picks 1. Yeah, they'll target the Dwarven Guard. And probably misses.
Yeah, just please call out your rolls, because with these cards, it doesn't. There's no automatic stuff, so I've actually got to look. But yeah.
6 for attack.
A 6, you will see them lift their dwarven shields, and as these arrows come peppering in, start charging up the beach, just taking all of these arrows, not seeming to care.
Yeah, Yormund just kind of like seeing this, turns back to Camilla and Svenja and just says, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stick around here for long." He'll sort of like spur his horse forward, and the horse will do this. And knock through all 4 of these raiders on the left.
Okay. And at this point, I will also say, your horse, you realize it was like rearing up, but it seems extra enthusiastic to get right through their enemy lines and to the sea. As you ride through these soldiers, you can then need to make a save, or
Yes. DC 12 plus. I'm
3.
honestly not sure.
It's 3. DC 15 strength save.
Yeah. I'll roll damage for each of them. So actually, I'll just roll the damage with all of them selected. So it should hopefully. Oh, it auto applied.
That's okay. And me.
Nice
Oh
roll.
dear.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So the dwarf and and the guy behind him are just completely trampled.
So 3 of them. Sorry. Just 3 of them are. 3 of them have just been knocked flat on their ass. They're all prone and take the full damage. The one who passed takes
half.
Half. 4 or 5 either, and isn't prone.
Yeah, those 2 are just like beaten into the waves. The dwarf, however, gets knocked into the sand and is currently like a turtle on its back, just embedded in the as it's getting hit by the waves. What was the damage there?
9.
Okay, so he's still alive. The 2 behind are crushed. As But as you get there to the other end, as your horse seems just overjoyed to be running here, as it splashes into the waves, you will see it just let out like this joyful sound as it flicks its mane, and you'll see the mane in front of you shift suddenly from hair to it seems to transform into something that's more like a fin, and you realize that your horse has gotten weirdly slimy since you ran down the beach. It now becomes apparent to you that this horse is not a horse and it is not a unicorn. But as it reaches the water, you notice it start transforming into a kelpie, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically by D&D rules a hippocamp. It's the same sort of thing. I don't know if there is a different stat block, but
Kelpie. Oh, so seahorse and not the real
Literally,
seahorse.
seahorse, not
It-
small one.
It's basically the thing that basically once you get up on the back, it takes you to the river and then it tries to drown you and then eat you.
Lovely.
well, what it means is that it can ride through water. It is amphibious, and yeah, it can. This is essentially a seahorse, but that you will be able to ride even if you're on a ship.
You are now the Coast Guard.
We'll just say
Great.
for now, I will change the stats properly, but we'll say it just has a swimming speed equal to its walking speed, and can breathe air and water. Otherwise, you'll have to train it up a bit more to find out its other properties, much like Shepherd.
Huh. Well, he'll just like pat the horse on the side, just like, not now. We have people to deal with, and turns the horse around. And Yorman himself will just make 2 attacks on the downed dwarf. Ugh. Hey. Nice.
Yeah, how do you finish him off?
Just like circling around, the horse slows to a slow trot, and Yorman will just hold his sword like a dagger and just thrust it straight down into the dwarf. And he'll ride off. Actually, wait. Yeah, he'll test his luck a bit and ride further towards the water.
Yeah, I mean, I will ask that you don't move your actual tokens onto the warfare
Yeah.
map. There's a promise there'll be no extra combat happening over there. But yeah, that's cool. You are easily able to run either through or across the water.
Nice.
And your units up in the tower, as yeah, these guys are not expecting cavalry to come charging through them. Oh, your unit's already active.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I'm used to doing it like with animals at the end. I think maybe that actually might be a better way just for sanity. But in that case, we go to Hammond's Navy, who's fighting on the other side. Well, I mean, you guys are fighting on the same beaches, but what are they
Yeah.
doing?
They will use the ultimate move against the Shield Maidens and the Flostavik Raiders, which I don't know how it works, but It doesn't say any. Oh, there we go. Rain down lightning, battle magic.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll checks.
I assume it's one a combat. It's not working every turn. I couldn't find any information about battle magic. Maybe I'm blind.
Yeah, there is. I had meant to actually go over those rules before, but yeah, I'll double check. For now, we'll just say it's one
One
per
per
battle,
battle,
but it
yeah.
isn't. That isn't actually how it works. You aren't meant to be able to use it multiple times. It's just I think you spend spell slots for the cast from the caster for some of them. But for now, we'll just say it's
Once a battle.
once per battle. Yeah.
Yeah, so the two in front of you need to make a DC 16 morale check. They fail.
Ooh, the shield maidens almost. You see them raise their shields to this lightning and just cracks through.
So the unit decremates their casualty die twice on a failure or once on a success. So what does it? They roll the dice like twice or?
No, it means. Oh, no.
Yeah, they take two. That just means they
Take 2 damage.
take 2 damage basically.
Yeah, and 2 damage.
So you want to on your card, on the unit description card, I don't know if you've got that open in a separate room, and it says if it's an action, it will say once per battle, else it's as their action. I think that's how I interpret it. Because my
I think
units have
battle magic is different.
Yeah, battle magic is has got specific rules because it yeah, because everyone's got different ideas of how much damage a fireball can do to an army.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
me.
gonna double check it now. It may.
Yes, I'm looking at the card and it just says as an action. So that's essentially your attack if you action. Right?
Yeah, but I think battle magic is not exactly the same as a normal
Oh,
action.
right, okay.
That's
Yeah, I
what
think
I
it is. It is supposed to be something like that. I think actually, yeah, I think it is just something that you can do every turn. Hammond's Navy is they're pretty intense.
Yeah, they are
They're like
veterans, I
tier
think.
4, so.
Yeah. I can.
Oh,
I'll
but
try to
some
look
of them
for it.
also, some of them use an item. That's the thing. You need to give them like a scroll to be able to use it. That's how most of the battle magic stuff works. So it is once per battle because it's you're spending a spell scroll essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like something there's some of these things that you can equip your units with before the battle. But yeah, I will go over battle magic again because I did see the rules somewhere and they don't seem to be in this.
Yeah, I'll try to find them for now. Well, it's not my turn.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. And then we will go to them as let's see, these guys. These guys are going to attack Hammond's Navy.
Oh. Oh no.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Better hope they don't pass the power test.
It's not very high. My defense is higher. My thing is
Well.
defense, not toughness.
Pray to
And
God.
did we say and getting a crit on the attack gives you advantage on the power test, right? That's
I
all.
think
Doesn't it
so.
give you
And
an extra casualty?
no, that's
I
on.
think, no, I thought we settled like at the end that it would just give you an extra casualty.
No, I think the extra casualty is too harsh because with a unit with 4 that doubles your damage. I think let's look for the advantage on the power check because let's say you do 2 damage and you roll a crit, you could take out an entire unit, which doesn't feel.
Well, it doesn't double your
Yeah.
damage. It just literally adds 1. That's
Yeah, that's. But I think because there are a lot of abilities that do that already, having only 4 is that's a small unit. But I think we should say if you crit on the attack roll, then you get advantage on the power check. If you crit on the power check, then you do 2 instead of 1.
I just remember last time I crit on the attack, but
Oh,
had
no.
advantage on. Oh.
He crit twice.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, you take 2 damage.
Oh, I guess it works out.
It's a sign.
That's because I just like get on with it. So yeah, you should be able to do the increments yourself. I will add it to the health bar, but please
Yeah, I
check
did
it.
it.
Because when you get to halfway, then you are diminished and you have to start making
I
morale
cannot
checks.
diminish specific damage navy, but yeah, you are correct.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm just saying more for Mikil's sake because we sort of had a mock battle before, so some of us have had some practice. But then this guy's going to rush forward.
The Flostovik Raiders have to run a.
Oh, they have to make a save to move there. Technically.
Yeah, they have to make a. Where is it? Bloody hell. DC 15 morale test to enter the Vanguard rank. So they can't actually go in there. They're seeing so they're seeing these Valkyries circling above, and are not entirely sure that they're on their side. So they hesitate in their advance.
Okay, so yeah, they are still able to make that attack, but they are held there at the front line as their commander charges in, kills one of your soldiers, and as the other two are having a bit of trouble with Skirfa and Diofrid, who, as they clash here, we go to the Goliaths. What are they doing?
What type of enemies do the longships counter?
That's a fortification technically, so you need to be. Yeah, you have to use siege thing.
They have something much better, I believe.
A rock.
Yeah.
As an action, this unit can make an attack against any opposed unit, with a disadvantage if the target is an aerial unit.
Yeah, and I think you also get something against. Isn't it? Oh no, it's the other one. I think the other guys get extra damage against fortifications, but yeah, the
Oh.
rock is definitely. Are they flinging boulders at these longships as they try and sail in?
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Oh, that's a 6. So it doesn't work.
Unfortunately, not, as these boulders just go splashing into the river around, and you can see the longships are they they definitely worried that one of them might hit them, but you can see shields going up, and they don't seem to take any damage there.
Yeah, that's the turn.
Okay, then the shield maidens fight back against Hammond's navy as they are going to put up their shields and go into a shield wall.
Who would have thought?
Is that
It's direction.
Yeah, that's an action. Okay, so yeah, they attacks against them will now have disadvantage as they have gone into their heavy shield stance, and the shield maiden rushes in. Okay, so she's going to go for a battle axe attack against the guy next to you, Svenja, and then a shield bash against Ron. How did that hit? Okay. Ooh, I feel like their ACs may be too low. Oh well. Yeah, so she manages to kill that first one. But not to damage Brom, who's holding the line here. Carmilla, we go to you.
Okay. Well, first thing, I want to try to shoot the guy, the big guy, because no one has tried shooting at him yet, I think.
Oh yeah, that arrow just sails into his shoulder. He takes the hit. You see him look down at it and just start laughing maniacally, like he is in this berserker going already.
Oh no. Now I know who that guy reminds me of. Oh well, yeah. And let's see the Grong. Ah, goddammit. How does they work? I have had a look at their like stat block. Just not sure like how the mechanics work on it.
So you can just make attacks against I think anyone on the field. Double check. I'm not sure.
I think so.
What does attack 0 mean?
So that means they don't have a bonus to it. It's like just a straight d20 then.
Oh well. Let's try and just shoot what's called like towards the long ships. If you imagine like a volley just coming down like from the a volley like of arrows just coming down, raining down on the ships.
Yeah, so you can use the volley ability. That's one of your actions. Rain down a volley of arrows, and then you can target 2 separate targets if you succeed on a morale check.
Yeah, that's a DC 13, so that's just a straight one, and then I need to meet 13. Is that correct? With the
you just click on morale and roll. You should be able to roll that like any other check.
Oh, I see. Nope.
Yeah, okay, so only one target, but you do rain that volley down on the long shot.
Oh. Interesting. Let's just
D20 plus the attack. The number of the attack you have.
Yeah, again, you can click on the attack power and morale things that they should roll like other things on Foundry.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you will see that everyone that is on those ships has got shields up and they kind of in this like turtle shell formation as your arrows just rain down onto the decks of these ships. Doesn't seem like they're doing any casualties, but you are peppering these both.
And I think that is all, taking us to Svenja.
Nice. Okay, I found the thing. So, just for reference, levies can be attacked by anyone infantry cannot be attacked by infantry while there are still levies on the field. Archers can't be attacked by infantry or levies while there are still infantry. And yeah, there's a just let me try and link. How do I do that? Yeah, there's. I'm just gonna post it in the chat. Those are the legal targets you can make. So to attack the ships and actually do damage, you have to use a siege engine. But either way, the roles wouldn't have changed much there. So for next time. But these ships are like floating fortifications. So Svenja, we go to you and your Valkyries.
Okay, so let's do Svenja first. And she is in fact going to cast or sort of blow her war horn and summon spectral Valkyries to attack the war chief. And how do I do this again? How do I cast a spell? All right, there we go. Cast at level 2 and cast spell. Okay, so I have supposed to have 3 spectral soldiers. Let's see. Attack, normal.
Nice.
Damage normal. So 22 for 8 damage. Let's see the second one, and 20 hits for another 15 damage, and
Nice.
so these spectral Valkyries kind of, it's almost as they've detached themselves from the Valkyries floating up above, and it's like these shades coming down from above and just attacking from all sides. So let's see. Third attack was
Also,
21.
to be fair, your Valkyrie force, those are the spectral Valkyries. Like I would have made a much bigger deal if you'd met a bunch of new Valkyrie. But these are like the astral travel versions of. So yeah, these things that you're using now, that kind of is what your Valkyrie force is made up of.
Okay, fantastic. So they basically just detach themselves and sort of scream down on their horses and attack him 3 times for a total of I don't know what damage that was in total.
Yeah, it was some decent damage. I can tell you he's looking injured as they swarm around him, and he's like laughing as he looks quite surprised to see Valkyries already, and
Yeah.
he's like, "No, I've just arrived. You can't take me yet."
So 11 plus 15 plus 12, this is force damage. I'm assuming that Roll20 did its thing, and Foundry did its thing and properly did that.
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
Does it have any resistance or anything?
So the battle magic, I think, is pretty important. How often we can use that, because that seems to be the only way that the pixies can really attack.
No, you've always got a straight attack, which is your units like normal, what they usually do, whether they swinging swords or axes or bows and arrows, whatever that is. That's just your base attack check. The battle magic is like that's their special ability.
Okay. So the pixies on their turn, they can attack fortifications, for the record. So it's almost like in Batman Begins, where the swarm of bats come from the cave and just swirl around the longship, and they will swirl around the longship and do a pixie battle swarm attack on that. And let's hope they actually hit them. Oh, baby. So let's see what the power roll is on that.
You have
Okay,
advantage
I
on
should
the
roll
roll.
that at advantage. So let's see, 9 or
No.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, they start going in there. Are you attacking the ship itself?
yes. Sorry, I should have
Correct?
selected.
Okay.
Yes.
No, it's okay. That doesn't really work with these. So you don't have to worry about targeting on warfare. But yeah, that is not going to be enough. But you do see this one ship is now just covered in pixies, and all of the Vikings that are on it have like they are no longer in their shield formation. They're just swatting, trying to figure out what the hell is attacking them.
That would have been a pity because they needed to do a morale save or decrement the casualty dice twice. So pity they didn't do damage. But that was the Pixies, and what would the Valkyries do? They would. I don't think they can attack at. I think they would just do a dive attack. And who will they attack? They will go for. This mob next to the shield maidens. I can't see them.
Frostovik Raiders.
The Flostovik Raiders. So they'll do a dive attack on the Flostovik Raiders. So again, just swooping down as they have done. So these raiders have looked at the chief being swooped, or I guess it's all happening sort of semi-simultaneously. And that would be a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, let's see if our power check runs nicely. Fuck. Piss off, machine 5.
Okay, yeah. So you're getting in there, but not doing any significant damage, unfortunately.
Okay. And it will sort of disengage and move back up into the air. So it does not get a. I think it automatically disengages any unit attacked. It cannot attack.
Oh yeah, that's actually another thing that we got wrong last time. There are no opportunity attacks. But there are some abilities that make you engaged, and then if you're engaged with another unit, you can't move. So that's where that dive ability comes in. Like they can't catch you there if they have abilities like that.
Okay, I found the rule.
So that's all of Svenja's mobs flying around and causing shit stuff. Done.
Yeah, DM, I found the rules, I think, for battle magic.
Yep.
It's technically an item, so you were correct about that. It's either it's either like one time and that's it, or at the end of the battle. Like until the end of the battle, and whenever a unit is hit by battle magic, it needs to make a morale save or suffer another casualty on top of whatever happened. But the feature doesn't specify if it's immediate. Like the ability I have doesn't specify if it's one per battle or once and that's it.
Yeah, well, we can assume there's a one per battle then, if it's
Yeah.
meant to be, if it's like exhausted, because yeah, I wasn't 100% sure about that, but that sounds right to me.
Yes, so they will have to make another
This is very weak.
morale save. The Shield Maidens and the Raiders in DC 13, and if they fail, they suffer one more casualty.
Devin, can I propose a slight modification? Can we say that battle magic recharges 4 on a 1d4 or a 6 on a 1d6 or something like that?
There are some that are like that, like the Goliath's rock
rock.
ability is kind of like that. but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, why? What is the worry? It's not one battle magic per thing. It'll be each can be used.
Oh, I see. So if you've got 3 battle magics, you can use per battle. But you can't use the same one more than once. Okay, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, we will. I will kind of. I'll look into it because I also thought that was kind of the thing with the pixies. When I was making them, I think I had it in mind that you could spend those on different turns. But that's the thing, is you're not meant to. Your regular attack is what they can do. That's like spending a spell slot to cast a spell. It's
Okay.
just so yeah. We'll say once each, unless there's something like with there's the invisibility says 1 per day.
Yep.
Or that
Correct.
one. Yeah, so I don't know. I also bear in mind I set these up like by hand,
Yeah.
so there's
Yeah,
going to
no
be
worries. I
errors.
think each of the abilities gets used once per battle. For me, feels fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, because those are also meant to be like a big moment in the battle, like this calling down lightning on the front lines. It's pretty intense. That's why they need to make the morale saves, because most soldiers will be like, "Holy shit! They just called lightning. I'm out of here."
Yeah, so in addition to resolving the effects of the battle magic, they have to make a save. So even if they succeeded, there is still a save to be made.
Okay, so shall I make a save for those two?
The Shield Maidens and the Raiders. I don't know if there was any other battle magic used.
Also on the longship.
Yeah, 16 was a success. It's DC 13. It's like it's set. It does not change. And both succeed. Yep, they're good.
Okay. Also for the longship with the pixies.
I don't think.
Does the fortification get a saving throw?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that, but that one does. It does have a morale score. So
Okay. Devon's rolls are just too good tonight.
yeah, honestly, I have. It's bound to wear out eventually. It's because come on, you can't drive them back right at the beach.
Maybe the gods are with us. I don't know.
Also fighting a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is only those longships are full of more soldiers. I will point out these are just the ones that jumped off. So we go then to the dwarves. The guy down there is dead, but he wasn't one of the commanders. It's the other dwarf who. Let's see.
I forget that Svenja has a bonus action. Fuck it. Next time.
Okay, they are going to try and move through the front line, so they're going to make a morale save against the Valkyrie.
Nice. They make it.
You will see them just moving in next to these Goliaths that are like just towering over them, but all entrenched. You'll see these little dwarves come marching past them in their full gear and everything, and they are going to. You'll see a lot of them reaching into little bags on their sides and pulling out little bombs, essentially little dwarven made grenades that they all start throwing in at the tower that Skirfa's troops are standing on. And they are going to bombard this thing and try and crack the fortifications, as they will need to make a check to first see if they can do that.
Oh no, I
Oh,
can't.
and they do. Uh, luckily, the high roll doesn't make much of a difference, but it can target a fortification and make an attack against it. And on a successful power check, it will take 1d4 plus 1 casualties as these bombs come flying.
So would the town guards take damage or the tower itself?
The tower itself is what they're targeting, the fortification. And then 19 is going to hit. So 1d4 plus 1.
Doesn't need to make a power check.
They did succeeded.
No, it's using crack fortifications, which right on the successful power check. I missed that. Not bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
What is the watchtowers?
15. So can we even see?
don't know.
No, that doesn't actually make it.
Nice.
Hold on.
So
Let's double check. Yeah, that isn't enough. The toughness of a watchtower is 18. So they send these bombs in, and it just blasts pieces off of the tower, but it stays firm and strong. Doesn't seem like they hit any of the vital parts of the structure. As forgot about the archers as well. So the archers in the big battle are going to make their attacks as well. We're going to have the longbowmen are going against the rock smashers. Well, they're actually going to do a volley as well, as they will send some arrows in towards the Scurfa and the Goliaths. Oh wait, they can't attack other archers while they're still infantry, right?
Think so.
Oh no, it's infantry can't attack archers. But yeah, I was going to say that's or maybe I'm wrong. No, that's what it said.
oh, finally.
Okay, so they only attack the Goliath.
Oh, no.
17 to hit. You have got a +2.
I don't think it will be enough even with a +2.
Yeah. Okay, so you get rained down with these arrows coming down on the Goliaths, but they don't give a shit. They're like puny arrows. And
Sounds about right.
yeah, they, thanks to their entrenchment as well, they are able to block most of those and are more focused on the dwarves throwing grenades next to them, as the dwarven commander is going to rush in towards. Ooh, looks like some of the other guards here. He's going towards Joffrey. Okay, it is. Yeah, he attacks once with his battle axe, and then he's actually uses the battle axe again. Okay, so you see this dwarf come running in and slice through Joffred's leg, like she drops and lowers her guard, and then cuts right up into one of these other guys whose name you haven't even learned yet, and kills him with one blow. These dwarves, you now realize, mean business. These are much tougher than any dwarves you've come across so far. As we go then to the chief, who is going to be charging in down at the bottom towards you, Carmilla and Svenja, just right down that line. And he's going to make one attack against Carmilla with his great axe. Ooh, an 18 to hit. So he is going to use his bonus action to try and cleave and make this a sweeping attack, as he does 14 points of damage to.
I wanted to do a cutting words before you declared the results, but can I still declare a cutting words as a reaction?
Okay, yeah, we got to be a bit quick on these. Keep moving
Well,
on to the next thing. But yeah.
I was on mute on that one, so shit. And I didn't target him, which means
It's fine. You can just roll the thing. You got an 18 to hit. Come on.
so that would be a 13.
Oh, no. Okay, then I'll undo. That turns that into a miss then.
Puny little warrior.
He like gets completely distracted by you and just stops the axe right in front of Camilla and he says, "What did you say? You'll die first." And then he's going to let out a battle cry as each creature of his choice, if not already affected by a battle cry, gains advantage on attack rolls until the start of his next turn. As he just yells at everyone to charge and specifically to kill you for insulting him. We then go up to the warfare. Yeah, sorry, responding to.
No, I can't respond to that. I'm snigger at him. Valhalla is not for you, my friend.
Are you finding this guy's buttons? Okay, the long ships are going to try and move, even despite the belt.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, I forgot they've got that. That means they have advantage on morale and command.
Oh no.
Shit.
Sorry. So they. The archers are all on ships as well, just for reference. They're not just swimming. And you wish you had a lines. As these ships are trying to come in, you will notice that two of their ships are not here, from the ones that actually the one at the back is damaged. Sorry, the two at the back are damaged from Gorm's wave earlier, but two of them seem to have gone towards another river.
I'm wondering if this is the time for us to start slowly withdrawing, dear colleagues.
Not so sure about slowly, but yes.
And then it's the one group that still goes for the Goliaths. These Goliaths are holding everyone off. No joy as these regular human soldiers and dwarves going at them, nothing going right. So we go to the town guards with Bram and Mikkel.
Okay. So, if I'm reading this correctly, my dear Town Guards are going to be firing off a volley at the Flostovate Raiders. And for some reason I cannot pull up.
You can
So yeah, you just
target
make a
two.
morale check, DC 13, in order to hit 2.
Yeah, I'm having issues with Foundry, so I'm just quickly gonna refresh it.
No worries. Oh yeah, the town guards can engage. Town guards aren't actually so bad.
But can they both do a volley and retreat on the same turn, or is it either or?
Let me double check. It may.
Retreat doesn't say whether it's an action or the bonus.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's
It's just a
an
roll.
order technically. But I don't know what that actually means.
If they succeed, they leave the fight.
Yes.
Well, it says
if they
attempt
fail,
to
they'll leave the
maneuver
fight.
on its activation, which kind of sounds like when it's its turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's essentially like an action. You can move. You can move one block per turn. Basically, everything has that movement, unless it has a special ability. But yeah, I think you would have to use your action to flee. So you're either fighting or fleeing.
Okay.
So the way I read this, maybe this is helpful, is if you are successful at the retreat action, you are off the battlefield completely.
Well,
But
yes.
if you just
Well, on a
move, then
success or failure on the retreat, you're still allowed to do the battle. It just determines whether you take a casualty point or not.
You can always use Courageous and immediately succeed once a battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shall do
I
that.
think
That
one of
does
the
pass.
differences is you can move or you can retreat, and if you retreat, whether you succeed or fail, you're off the battlefield. Whereas if you just move, you're not necessarily off, because you have to move off the back line to be off the battlefield completely.
Right.
Yeah, but you also, I think that the question was more whether or not you can do both. Like, if you do a volley, then you're standing there firing your arrows. You're not retreating. So you've got to make that decision to fight or flee.
You
Right,
can
okay.
still at volley and then just move a step backwards.
Yes. Alright,
So we've all explained the same thing. Yeah.
right.
What
Yes.
would you like?
I'll use Courageous, so that
An 8
succeeds.
passes anyway.
He's not retreating, I
it?
think.
No,
Oh, yeah,
Before
yeah.
you
DC.
retreat.
Not any. I'm doing a volley.
Volley.
So DC first, and yeah, I'm gonna use Courageous, and then I can target 2 adjacent. So
Yeah.
I can target both the Shield Maidens and the Philosophic Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's the attack roll.
Yeah.
That's an 8. And then one.
Against.
Oh, that's a self roll. God damn it. Can I make it public?
I saw that there. I got the. Then
Yeah, I also saw it. 19.
So yeah, I'll say you managed to hit. Is it? Do you make 2 attacks or is it 1 attack against them? I think
Oh,
2
it's-
attacks makes sense. Yeah, you attack both spaces. So yeah, it's 2 attacks. So you hit the second one, you miss on the first. The Shield Maidens just their shield wall is too hard to get through. But the raiders that are just trying to run in and are looking up at the Valkyries, they take this hit. So that's just 1.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So yeah, what does it look like as your archers in the tower there just rain arrows down on the raiders?
Or they see the philosophic raiders and the shield maidens making their way up. They've just witnessed the shield maidens getting hit by lightning, and then they take that as their cue, so they ready their bows and then fire on the wildly charging raiders, and then you just get
Nice, and yeah,
mowed down.
yeah, you just see them running and falling and just getting peppered with arrows as Yormund, we go to you, and you've managed to run behind the enemy lines, and you can see them now charging your friend.
Well,
Also, I may be gone for a second. My power came back. I'm just switching over.
well, I mean, thought it's a good idea to start retreating now.
Yep.
Right, so my archers are out. And I think this should mostly be automatic, so
Am I back?
all I've done is
Yes,
just
sir.
retreat my town guard.
Ooh. And was that your check there, the 17?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so they. Skirfa is still in like the midst of the battle here.
Yeah. I'm hoping to
so
kind
his-
of get him out now.
Yeah, so Will, I just realized they haven't actually taken turns either. I kind of forgot about them. So they can make attacks and stuff as well. But if they are fleeing, then he is also going to try and flee.
Norman's gonna. Okay, nope. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm just gonna come here. Have his uniform. His stallion stomp this hopefully minion. Cool. Move into its space. And fuck.
What?
I wanted to do this, but it completely slipped my mind that they were both actions. Oh well. Yormund will. It might look funny, but he'll giant smite on the horse. Hopefully it's strong enough.
Yeah, the horse does take a bit of it is kind of surprised. It's standing on one of the Vikings, so just crunches deep into the sand.
Nice. And yeah. Yormund will attack this guy. Wait. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Skirf is going to help you out there if you aren't able to take him down in one. But let's see. This guy doesn't look so tough, and you're running up on him from behind.
I should get him.
Okay, it's not quite enough to kill him, but is that just one attack?
Yeah. And he'll use the other. Oh wait. Can I actually use a fire rune for the guy just hit?
Yeah.
Nice. So a DC.
Probably like 15.
Let me check. +3, +3. 14. DC 14. Ah, he saves. Oh well.
So does he take half damage or no?
I just.
It's half.
Ah.
I think actually it might be just all of it. Yeah, it's all of it. The
Oh.
save is to be restrained.
Oh right, so he's not restrained, but he takes the fire damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then you bring him down to 1 hit point.
Well,
And he is literally on fire right now.
have fun, Skirfer.
Oh no, actually, oh no, you you just killed him. Because how much you did 8 damage there, right?
9.
Or 9?
9.
Oh yeah, then you definitely killed him.
That's sick. Yeoman will just say to Skirfer and Yofrid, the battle's not going our way. Fall back. And turn his attention to the big fucker. And attack him.
Thank God for advantage.
Yep. Pick on someone your own size. Oh, that is.
You have extra
Good.
damage. Oh, you rolled extra damage already.
Yeah.
Well, is that your turn?
Yes.
Then I'm going to, because I haven't gotten to them yet, Scofa is going to take a reckless attack against the war chief before trying to get away, as he's he's into.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Beheads immediately.
Scofa's not that good.
battle axe.
What? 5?
That does
Oh,
not
no.
seem right.
It's not. He's got minion rules. Damn it. No, it's not meant to be. Oh yeah, these are just town guards. I forgot they're kind of crap.
Damn.
Yeah, but he does do 10 damage there on that. As he just takes a swing with his axe and then sees this guy just look back at him and is going to turn and run. This guy's not going to take an opportunity attack against him. As actually, yeah, of course he is.
No.
Oh, and he slashes down Scopa's back as he runs away. He does manage to get away, but he is badly hurt by that last attack, and he is limping away. Meanwhile, Joffred, who has just been attacked by this dwarf and hears your command, she is going to disengage and run away. And they make their retreat. As yeah, that is basically that's their squad. So then that takes us on to Hammond's navy.
Should the other guards also attack? Bram and Yalti?
Oh yeah, they should from their chair.
Okay. On my turn, since Bram hasn't retreated yet, use an action for turtle
2
formation
nat
and add
I
5 to
rolled
my
2
defense.
nat ones for Brad. I just have to just point that out.
Yes,
Double nat one.
advantage. Badly missed.
We're not supposed to win this one. It's canon.
It's a canon event.
I also realized I put myself in a terrible spot.
Okay, yeah. So the Brahman states aren't doing so great. But sorry, what is the Hammond's navy?
We're using because the Bram hasn't retreated yet. They will use turtle formation. It's an action and get +5 to defense. But I cannot attack until I use my action to disperse, break the turtle formation.
Okay, yeah. You and the shield maidens are both like, well, shields up.
Well, mine are better. Mine are different. We're
One
covering
of them
everything.
shouts, we can do that too, and we just need to move forward. Okay. They are challenging your shields. You see some of them readying spears, but +5. Yeah, don't actually mark that, but
Yeah, I remember. I don't know what it is to hit.
cool. Then we go to the raiders. Their commander is dead. Yes, that one's dead. So these guys are gonna. I'm gonna try get past the belt. Okay, they are going to use. Oh, they've got advantage. Forgetting about adaptive. Okay, then they are going to use courageous because they're also humans, and they will use their 1 success to move. And they will again attack Hammond's navy, but against the +5.
Yes.
No
It's
joy.
one
They
miss.
hit that turtle shell, and there's not much they can do about it. Then taking us on to the Goliaths, who have been holding off everything that has been thrown at them so far.
Honestly, I think they would just attack the dwarves. They'll try and just hold the lines for a while.
You do remember the command is to retreat.
Yeah, but if they stay, well, I guess. Yeah, they'll start to retreat.
I
You
mean,
need
it's
to
up to you. If these are the Goliaths. So
It can be stubborn. That's it.
Oh yeah, you get movement and attack. Let's see if they have rock recharges. Oh, no rock. They have double movement, so they're gonna go 1 and 2. So probably get attacks of opportunity.
no, but they are going to use follow up as a reaction, and when it moves out of its space, it'll make a morale test to follow.
Okay.
But they do not succeed. These dwarves are like, it's okay. Let the Goliaths run away. We didn't want to be squished now, do we?
And yeah, that'll be their turn.
Okay, so you can, I mean, if you're trying to retreat, you can use the retreat command, which just, you don't have to actually move past, but I mean, you're still on the battlefield there, so.
Let's do a roll.
Like it might be, you might want to stay on the battlefield to protect the grung, but
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they'll stay.
There's Twang, I think.
just to remind you that there is a retreat like action.
Thank you. But yeah, they'll stay and just protect the back line. So yeah, that's the time.
Okay. Then the shield maidens. The shield maidens are actually. We can't do that. Yeah, they're just going to attack Hammond's navy.
Bring it on. Actually, don't. Oh, miss.
Really, with the +5. No,
I have 20 now.
Oh,
damn, that's.
I just
They're
can't
like,
really attack
okay.
in this formation.
I thought you had just taken the piss.
Oh,
No, they're really. It is an impenetrable formation. As wait, there is still the shield maiden down there. She will act. And she will attack Ram, I guess, because he's.
Fight me, coward. Let me just double. His reaction doesn't actually do anything. Is she? Yes, she's going to slash into him, not do too much damage, and then she'll say, "As you wish," and try and shield bash you. Yeah.
So that is a 21 to hit for 6 bludgeoning damage, and I'll need a strength save. Yeah, that is a success. You still take the damage unless you are resistant to bludgeoning.
No, but she is laughing manically in the face of this shield maiden, saying, if you want to get to Valhalla, you're going to have to get a lot better than that. So she is viciously mocking her, but not with the actual spell right now.
Yeah, no, she's looking over the top of her shield to see those wild eyes as behind you, Carmilla is face to face with the war chief. What do you do?
Oh, so tempting. Oh, as he's injured. No. No. There's only one thing to do. Switch to melee and go for him. No. Well, it was merely a distraction.
Okay, you attack one way, he tries to block with his axe, and you just open him up for a beautiful attack there. Yeah, he's hurt.
Yes, perfect. And then...
So, I mean, from a role-playing point of view, can Svenja stand?
I wonder if it's time to retreat the Grongs. Yes. Let's not lose the Grungs. The Grungs are awesome. So I call for a retreat, and let's see if they are willing to retreat. Yes.
Okay, cool. So the Grung hop away off of their tower and.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
go-
Svenja, you cut out there. What were you trying to say as she made her attack?
Svenja would just sort of shout at Camilla as she sees this hit. So you want to kill him now or save him for later?
Well, let's bring the hit.
Carmilla, if
All right, that's Svenja. That takes us to you.
Carmilla the Grung would have retreated either way. It just depends if they took damage or not when retreating.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they are in the rear, so you could have made an attack and just moved them. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying the retreat action. The unit will be out of the battle either way, but if
They
they
just
succeed,
what
they
did they
take no
take?
damage. Yeah, that's the
casual-
trick.
But they are fine. Nothing manages to catch up with them. But yes, Svenja, you can see the shield maiden is now targeting you, and you've still got Brahm standing in front of you.
I will exit with a flare, I think. What level are we right now?
5.
5. Fantastic. So she would sort of toss out her Devil's Dance rapier behind the war chief and try and hit him with an attack. This is a bonus action, so let's see if she hits him. Do I get advantage? Yes, flanking him. Damn. Okay, and as the rapier comes behind, let's see. She will also just sort of flick her wrist, the other wrist, the one, the left wrist, with the shield. She sort of twirl it around, and two daggers sort of flash out at the war chief. And let's see if we hit him with those. Wait. I must first do a hit roll. Why is it not giving me an attack roll here on this guy?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a homebrew spell that obviously didn't import properly.
Ah, damn it. Okay, so we just
Should
roll
be the same as any of the other.
what is her casting stat? Sorry, I must look up the number quickly and
Probably +7, I'll say. Yeah, 7 or 8. Depends on your charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you open your spell book, it's a +8 your attack.
Okay, do I roll separately for each of the daggers? That will be a 15 on the one
Yes, I think so.
and a
Unless
27
it's-
on
Yeah,
the other
you
one.
throw multiple. Okay,
So-
the 27 hits. Oh, actually, the 15 just hits as well.
Okay, so the damage rolls in the previous two were 11 and 6, if you want to take those as psychic damage. So he's essentially being battered from all sides by spectral magic blade dancing in the air and shadows of daggers flicking into his eyes. And she is looking at him with this almost trying to convey this. I'm measuring you and I'm finding you weak. And as a movement, she will take the chance on the opportunity attack from the Valkyrie. She will take 2 steps back so that Brahm can get, he can do his disengage, and I'm unable to move her right now. Wow, something interesting happened on my screen there. I'm battle map.
You walked off the map.
Okay, so, but basically just stepping out of the way next to Camillus. Brahm can make his retreat. And that's my turn.
Okay. And your Valkyries and buried.
Oh yeah. So the Valkyrie spell, we leave it there. It's spectacular. The Tooth Fairies. I wish I could do both of these because this is just gloriously pretty. Which one should I do? Yeoman, does your navy want to fly?
Huh?
They're literally blocking them from moving on to the other town guards, so it might not be a good idea. Just not sure what exactly it means.
Well, I could turn it into an aerial unit, but we'll next time. So the pixie will use the action called Medicate. Once per battle, it may choose another unit and increment its casualty dice. So they will give 1 casualty die back.
Yeah, that would be better.
To the navy. And they will continue to hover at the back because they will they retreat from the battlefield? Yes, they will retreat from the battlefield. I don't know how to interpret this one. Let me read it to you and you can decide. So troops of fame and great renown, as a reaction to being deployed, a unit of this commander chooses an opposed commander. Each unit controlled by that commander must test or suffer 1 casualty. I don't know if that goes against a particular unit or against by the war chief. It feels a little bit OP if it goes for all of the units, but the Valkyries will definitely. I don't know again if the deployed means once they go onto the field.
I think it's in the beginning.
So
yeah,
so it's every unit that you command can do that to an enemy commander. So yeah, you could do that to the war chief, and it would be the forces that he commands. But I mean, he doesn't command everyone here. A lot of the commanders are not on that particular battlefield. So you could choose a unit, and it would be that whoever's commanding that unit is the commander you're targeting.
I think she would go after who's the most badly hurt. Can't see the Shield Maiden's health. Aren't the Shield Maidens pretty badly battered?
And
yeah,
next to them.
she will do that. They will swirl around and through the. So actually, hang on a second. I want to go back. Pixies healing Yeoman bats when they leave the longship alone. They will swirl through the army, and as they swirl through and they touch the various soldiers, there's a little bit of a healer wound there, and pucker up the morale there. So I'm seeing the pixies just flying through this battlefield and touching the army, and then flying off into the sky, and that's where the healing comes from. The Valkyries will sort of swoop towards the Shield Maidens and not actually engage them because it doesn't look like that's the description, and try and scare the shit out of them essentially, and that's the morale check, which means they suffer a casualty in the sense their will to fight. So morale test DC 11 plus domain size or tier. Tier is regular, so I guess that's a tier 2. So it would be 11 plus 2. DC 13 morale check.
I know that's your. Wait, I think does that say domain size?
Yeah, don't know what that means. It
Oh
sounds
right,
like
I put it in the tier because I was also like, I don't know what the domain size means, but yeah, that's fine. We can make it 2 for now. The domain size, technically, you guys are 1, but we
Oh,
haven't gotten into that really yet. I'm not 100% sure on that, so we'll stick with the tier. But yeah, so DC 13 on, sorry, which one are you going for?
the shield maidens are hoping to bring them to half health.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah. And sorry, the effect is what again?
They lose
1 casualty,
1 point. Yes.
which means that they are diminished.
Yep.
And yeah, they realize they're like, okay, their shield already is better than ours, and the Valkyries are literally coming down to get us. So just for my knowledge and everyone's, when they are diminished, that's when they make a morale effect.
Yep. I can't find the warfare in. Is it still in the journal?
Yeah, it should just be right down at the bottom. Stronghold and followers. It's called.
Oh, I was looking in the wrong place. Right.
Once emphasized, they are diminished. While diminished must make DC 15 morale check each time they suffer a casualty.
Okay, yeah. So it's after it's diminished. So
Yeah,
if it,
so like if they hit
if
again,
it gets
then
hit again, then you might be able to break it. Unless they can rally or something.
Oh, that might be worth having a go at.
I think you used your action, didn't you?
Yeah, no. So I'm wondering if the Tooth Fairies and the Valkyries will hang around a little bit just to see if they can break the Shield Maidens unit. Yes, we are victimizing the woman.
But they say there's no difference between the men and women in Viking armies. They all dangerous, all need to be dealt with. Yeah, but yeah, you've still got some troops out here on the field, so maybe someone else will be able to do it. But for now, yeah, the Valkyries and Tooth Fairies don't seem all that threatened.
Yeah, and that's I think everything we're going to do.
Okay, then it is going to take us on to the dwarves, who are going to keep marching forward, and they are going to try and get these Goliaths as they make an attack against you. Ooh, what's that?
Oh, yep. I'll hit.
Oh, okay. So as the Goliaths are like backing up, they have to wade through the river, and it slows them down. And these dwarves just run up to the side of the river, and you just see them, a couple of them pulling out like crossbows, and some of them just like surfing their shields into the river to take swipes at these Goliaths. And unfortunately, you do suffer 2 casualties on this one, as these have heavy training.
Okay. Well, they'll use the stone skin to decrease the casualties by 1.
Okay. So you just take 1.
Yeah.
Okay, then that is the dwarves.
That's
Their commander's still alive. He's charging in towards you, Kamala. Well, and then hits with a 16. Have you got it? Yeah.
Nope. Nothing.
Okay, then you're going to take 8 points of slashing damage. And that is it from him. Then we go on to the big guy. And he is going to try and slash through, well, the three of you there, ready?
Uh-oh.
And Svenja is going to mock him again on a vicious mockery.
He misses anyway.
Well, he's going at all three of us, isn't he? Sorry.
Yeah, it's gone for Brahm and Mist. Oh, you mean cutting word?
Yes, sorry, there we go. Let's do cutting words.
So yeah, he's missed you both already, so you may be able to use that against him as he uses his bonus action for the sweeping attack.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. I see I have used my reaction actions round, apparently, according to the tracker.
No, you just had your turn. I didn't get.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, you can use it against the 19 against Pamela. So
Oh no.
Oh, fuck. That will not
Okay.
make a difference, I think.
unfortunately, as he just starts going wild, that is another 12 points of slashing damage to you there, Camilla, as Svenja tries to distract him, but it seems like she's just pissed him off. And that is him. Oh, well, and the minions. But they are... I mean, they're charging in after the guys that ran. One will provoke an opportunity attack from you, though, Yorman.
Gladly taken. And does it also provoke it from the horse?
Yeah, sure.
May not need it. Let's see. Oh,
Not
shit.
the war chief.
Yeah, no, not the war chief. I don't imagine a 13 would have hit either way.
13. Actually, yeah. That just hits.
Oh.
Because I need to fix the ACs, but yeah, 13.
Oh, max damage, 13 damage.
Okay. How do you kill that one as it runs away? And I move the other.
Yorman's sort of just like staring at the back of this war chief, about to slice himself, and then he just notices out of his peripheral vision, snaps, and just leans all the way over to his left side and slashes the back of that guy wide open.
And with that, as we go to the other town guards, as from you can see Hammond's Navy defending this watchtower here, but yeah, Miko, what are they going to do?
Well, the order was to, well, we wanted to start retreating, so I suppose I'll do that. So that's a moral save. What is it? That is. Oh, shit. That's.
I think that's enough because you get a +2 from the watchtower. So,
DC
Yeah,
is 8.
it's DC8.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
so either
the
way.
units are
Okay.
removed.
So yeah, are they?
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Well, he's out of the battle now. So that'll be me.
Okay. Then, as it seems like most of the guards have retreated, you can now see that the watchtowers are exposed. If they can capture any of those, they will have taken this battle. But you've still got the flying units and the 2 on the field. So, Yormund, you are up because you are still down there fighting.
Yep.
And this war chief doesn't look good.
First, I'm gonna do this. So, Svenja and Carmilla, you two get 4 temporary hit points. And yeah,
And
the
you?
war chief and the wait, really? Oh right, because I'm not the horse. And the war chief and the strong little dwarf man has to roll a DC 12 wisdom saving throw, or be frightened until the end of their next turn.
And you said that's against the war chief. Sorry, I can't be very quiet.
The war chief and the dwarf, any enemy within 10 feet.
The shield dwarf and the war chief.
Ah, well.
Yeah, they look hard to frighten. The dwarf seems maybe a little bit easier, but the big guy is far too angry.
Alright then, big guy, let's see. Nice. Oh, here's open. I'll bonus action shield bash. I have managed to lose the feature, so I'm just gonna make an unarmed strike. And it was 1d.
Okay, yeah, I'll say you knock him over and he squishes his minion. Because you push
Nice.
him 5 feet back, right?
Yes. I was just surprised you rolled so low for his strength save.
Yeah, no. This roll suddenly went real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
so he was trying to use his brain and forgot to. He wasn't expecting the guy on a horse to come bash him over.
Yoda just slashes once, then stabs him and just like, how are you not fucking dead? And just with a left hook, just bashes the back of his head with his shield.
You just see his eyes roll back as he like spins and falls forward. You see the other guy just screaming, "No, no, 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 no!" And he gets crushed, splattered.
And just look to Svenja and Camilla and just, let's clean up and get out of Dodge.
Yeah, I do feel that having a war morale wise. So let's clean up and get out of here.
Okay. Hammond's Navy is still holding the field there. What are they going to do?
Well, I think they will retreat now since the. Unless if we retreat, we lose immediately, right? Because there are no more people in the vanguard.
No, the Goliaths are still there, but yeah, I mean, they probably won't be far behind you.
Yeah, then I'll retreat and I'll use courageous if I have to auto succeed.
Okay,
See
cool.
any-
Yeah, then you.
Yeah. Auto succeed. And that's
Okay.
their turn.
Then yeah, the raiders will keep on moving in. Which one of these? They are going to capture the watchtower, and you see them start celebrating as one of the tower's beacons is lit, and it starts illuminating the path down this river. the one you didn't want them to illuminate. Because that was the tower they captured first. But the Goliaths are still in the river. These dwarves are attacking you. Are you going to try and retreat as well, or are you fighting back?
Yeah, they'll try and retreat. Morale check.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Goliaths do get out of there. I'll say, I'm going to ask you, Kate, with Katya's stats, I think, can you please roll? Oh, actually, no, just make another morale check. This will be basically like a deception to see if you can try and draw them to chase the Goliaths up that river.
Oh,
Should we
That
want them
was
to
part of
go
the
to the
plan.
other stuff?
Okay, yeah.
Or am I
Those
wrong?
dwarves don't seem to want to let you go, and they are going to keep chasing after you and commanding. They seem to be a higher tier unit, and they command some of the ships to follow them. So
oh.
the guys that have taken the watchtower on the left are directing ships one way, and the Goliaths are directing ships the other way. And you guys are effectively going to be able to split their forces here. But you have retreated, and you can see them now as they start moving in. Some of the ships are moving up one direction, the rest are going another way. So yeah, I mean, at this point you have lost the battle, but the combat is still going on here. So we'll resolve that first. However, as the shield maidens and them are moving in, the longbowmen are going to try and take some pot shots at the Valkyries before, as they're sailing in. You'll see from the ships these arrows come flying up into the sky.
Yeah,
I might have to call it here. My stomach isn't doing too great right now.
Shame, Kate. The shield maidens still have to do that morale check to move into the Valkyries are still on the field. Although I guess you could give them advantage if you want to.
Yeah, they don't have.
Nope.
Yeah, sorry, Kate. You're welcome to step out. Sorry, there hasn't been much for you
No
this session.
worries.
But,
I've just spent half of it in the bathroom anyway.
okay. Well,
Sorry.
feel better.
Thank you. Good luck with the rest of the game, and see you next time. Bye.
So yes, that longbowmen do hit the Valkyries.
Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, they send these arrows up into the sky, but as you see all of your troops retreating, the Valkyries are able to avoid taking too much damage there. As we go back down to the combat with Carmilla, I will be making an attack against Brahm with the Shield Maiden. But Carmilla, it is your turn.
Yes. I can see this guy. It is time for us to take a chieftain's head with us.
Nice.
You will see her use a reaction to try and shield her ally, but it is still not enough. And you are able to get past her shield and finish him off. How do you want to do this?
I'll just come there and it's like just come like from a side, just seeing the shield, just with the other sword, just basically push that what's called the shield away and just continue the swing down motion, just like cut off the head, then throw up the other blade for a moment to grab the head, and then with the teeth just grab the sword and then retreat.
Well, I will say, because you have killed their big commander here, you guys will all get a morale surge here, and you'll basically get a free movement and action as you have defeated him. All three of you that are down here will. So are you just trying to use that to get away, or are you going to use it? Are you going to use another action before you move?
I'm just gonna try to get away, just as it was originally the plan to lure them in. And now with the chieftain's head, there's sentiment to basically get that back. So yeah.
So do tell me that you're taking it with and we're going to put it on a spear.
Yes. You can put him up just Vlad Tepes style.
Yep.
Actually starting a collection here. But yeah, then we'll say, Camilla, you managed to get off of this battlefield and you are free. And Svenja, we got you.
Okay, so I think the Valkyries will do a. So the Valkyries and the Tooth Fairies are going for the shield. So the Valkyries will do a dive bomb. Shield Maidens again, which would be a. Do they get an attack? Oh, they get advantage on that attack. If that doesn't hit, 15.
You had disadvantage.
Yeah, so it does cancel out because they're still in their shield wall.
Okay, so the first one, 15, does that hit them?
That does just hit.
Okay, and that will be a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely beats it. So they. How many casualties is that in play?
2.
Let's go.
Okay, so if they fail, I think they just break.
They take 1 casualty.
Do they take an extra?
Yeah.
So what does that bring? They're decimated now, basically.
Yeah. With that, you see, what does it look like as you will finish off this unit? I mean, you won't necessarily kill them all, but you will cause them to scatter and become discoordinated and everything.
Yeah, so because the Pixies were Yorman's fleet, they may still be swirling around. And the Shield Maidens with the Pixies or the Tooth Fairies swirling around in the near area, suddenly coming from above the Spectral Valkyries, they just essentially scream in fear, and those killed break and run in random directions because they don't know where to go. They're essentially by Spectral Valkyries and Fairies all fluttering around them and through the air, and that's not something they've ever trained to fight. So they are, fuck this, we don't know how to do this. This is not in the manual.
Yeah, you see them dropping their shields and running away like they're being chased by a swarm of bees, but it is actually pixies with stabbing them with swords made of teeth. It's they are. This is definitely not one that they're going to want to hear the sagas about.
Yeah, I don't know if that discourages the ships to come down the right. That's where currently the Valkyries and the Pixies are, but they will sort of swirl up into the air and battlefield. That would be the last unit off, as far as I know, from us.
Yeah, and then
below, Svenja would take her So when you say free action plus movement, is that over and above the normal attack?
Yeah, so that's for your character, like a hasted action kind of thing. You basically got an extra action and movement.
Yeah, I do want to see if between Yalti and Brahm and flanking the Shield Maiden and the Rapier, if we can wallop her. So bonus action, the Rapier would go over and attack the Shield Maiden. Yeah, what was my attack roll on that thing?
+8.
I'll also say you've got advantage on all attacks against her. You've just decimated her squad.
Actually, I'm not sure. It's +8, it's not the spell attack, my bad. It's your dex plus proficiency, so 3 plus
Yeah.
whatever your dex.
Let's see what that advantage roll was. That's a 15. The Shield Maiden, which doesn't seem to be targeted by it right now.
That won't hit the Shield Maiden.
Okay, she would, but you know, the dwarves need to attack, so she would flick out again the spectral from Loki, and my press E to make interesting things happen as the. So let's see if we've got her targeted.
Yeah,
that's
we're gonna have to fix that one.
So okay, hang on. Let's just dash R 1d20 plus 8, and again. So the first one is a 12, a 17 for 6 psychic damage. But she would shout to all of the dwarves, withdraw, and step back off the field. Find Nightwing and get back up and fly out.
Okay, sorry, I fixed the spell. You should be able to actually cast.
Excellent.
But yes, sorry, the 17, and what was the damage there? 6.
6 psychic damage.
Okay, nice.
No, we saving you for later, she would sort of say, as she basically just slowly walks backward from the battle and making sure that actually Bram and everybody else is following.
Okay, yeah. With that, oh, sorry, Karen.
I'm just going to say, I'll mention Yormund clearly has no intention of going until everyone here is dead.
Including himself.
All the enemies here.
Yormund. We could have stayed around and had fun. Can Svenja observe this and turn around and stick around? I mean, we're not. Are we technically in like a small little huddle, spread out over a slightly bigger area as a battlefield? I guess we are fairly close to each other, like this.
No, this is the combat is as you see it. Is like that's a normal to scale normal combat. It's the warfare part is abstracted, and where you are specifically in that, it's also we don't have to worry too much about the specifics. But at this point, after that, you will see that Shield Maiden looks like she's about to turn and flee herself with the rest of her unit. The dwarf, however, does not look like he's done here at all. The dwarves seem like they want to go after the Goliaths. So yeah, they're still going to continue fighting you. It's up to you if you want to get away or not.
I'm just saying,
But also
you see Yormund like readying to swing and blows.
Okay, no, then she will stay, but our units, Bram and Yalti and unnamed down here, haven't actually had any. I don't know whose turn they're going on.
Yeah, sorry, I've neglected them a bit, but they will, as the Shield Maiden is running away, they will try and come and help you with the dwarf. So
okay, so Svenja's movement will then change we're running out of mat at the bottom, but she'll flank the dwarf essentially on the other side from Yormund.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. We'll again, I'm going to assume that they're swarming him as well. They're trying to take this dwarf down. So I'll give them each an attack, and then we will go to the top of the round with the Yorman.
Cool. So just regular like action attacks.
I'm
Okay.
I'm going to make them
Ah,
if they're regular ones, but you will have a free action and movement on your turn.
Maybe he goes to Valhalla, this dwarf. He's brave.
good for him. In either case, he will die.
Yeah, but dying bravely is essentially the criteria.
Then good for him. And also a strength saving throw from the dwarf. DC 15, please. He is prone.
Yeah, he sort of holds off Bram and holds off another attack, and then you just come in and bash him off his feet.
Jesus, Yeoman's sword rolls nicely.
It's because I made it. Trust.
Yes. Our intrepid blacksmith.
Yeah, you've actually got to tell us also what you can put into a masterwork slot, because I
Oh, yes, please.
didn't know.
I mean, the master one is just a bonus. The attack roll. The slotted, you can put a gemstone in.
It
into
is
it.
a masterwork
Okay.
slotted. So,
No, but it's a
Yes.
masterwork sword, and it has a slot. It is slotted.
yeah.
So you,
Yes, it's a slotted masterwork.
it's not a masterwork slot. It's just
A masterwork slotted longsword. But yeah, that's the damage I can do in a round. Or my free action.
okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to be able to take much more. So we'll give. Yeah, I mean, Carmelo, you're probably not too far away if you want to still rush in and get one more hit in. Otherwise, we'll go straight back to Svenja here.
Go
Oh no,
back to
actually,
Svenja.
he gets a turn. I forgot about him. Let him fight back. So he is going to. We'll keep him prone because this would have been before his. Um,
He's remarkably robust, this little dwarf. Heard of that?
Have you ever met a dwarf?
yeah,
Yes.
these are dwarves from 9M. They're pretty tough. He nearly kills Kelty, and then throws a hand axe at Yeoman. And misses. Just goes saving past you, as that's when you follow up and knock him on his ass. But then, yeah, then we'll go to Sven.
So how the
Or
fuck can,
Pamela if you've got them.
how can you miss a giant sitting on a giant 5 feet away?
I mean, to be
This is
fair,
what she's literally saying, Jim, as she mocks him.
4 people.
Got wee little
running
legs,
at
you disrespectful.
Let's bring our little rapier thingy over and attack him from behind dish with that thing. I need to target him first. Let's move the rapier off him at least. That's not allowing me to attack saying range. Sorry, I'm just moving Svenja closer. That's doesn't get advantage on this. Does she know? Normal.
Yeah, you do. He's prone.
Oh, yeah. Even with the spell?
Oh, I thought it was your rapier.
Yeah, but this doesn't the rapier count as a spell because it's not actually a weapon. It's like a remote control weapon.
I think
It is a
he had-
weapon. It's just it doesn't need a human being to hold on to it. It's still a actual sword.
It's a
It's not a spell.
if it was anything, it would be a melee spell attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I
and-
mean it's using your ability to control it as its ability, but it is a physical thing.
And because she has been mocking him, she cast a vicious mockery spell at him. But he succeeds on his wisdom saving throw. Damage.
Yeah, okay, it's asked me to roll about 10
Yeah, I
times,
think
but
did it automatically roll? That saved it.
yeah, he got the 17 the first time, but
Oh, I see. It rolled twice. Okay. Well, we're leaving you for the others.
yeah, you
Sure.
just see him now. He's like he's lost his weapons and things, but he will on his turn. He will just grab a little Mjolnir necklace around his neck, and you'll hear him just saying a dwarvish prayer as he picks up his axe, and he's going to take one more swing before he before he goes down.
Surrender, fool.
Well, if I'm going down, I'm taking at least one of you bastards with me. And he leans up and he embeds an axe in Hjalti's chest. As you just see the blood spurt out and his eyes go wide as Hjalti is stabbed in the heart. And we go to Yorma.
Brave man. You'll die brave.
For the first time the entire evening, now is not the time to do this.
It's never the time to do this. Or almost never.
And how do you finish him off?
I just imagine after he's more or less satisfied after getting his kill, he vaguely resigns. Yeoman will just calmly put his sword in his other hand, take a moment to aim, and just straight like in between his chest plate and helmet, just into the neck.
And with that, the dwarf is dead. The shield maiden has fled. And the battle is lost. You guys have held your own on the field, but unfortunately, their armies have managed to move in. Though, thankfully, some of them have taken the bait, and some of them are following your soldiers as you had hoped. At this point, they are kind of.
On the bright side, I mean, if we look at the losses now, we've pretty much taken out one of their ships. At least one.
Yeah, one of their strong units. Yeah, I guess
I wouldn't presume it. I wouldn't presume, but
Well, no, the dwarves you can definitely tell they are like veterans, but yeah, maybe even more. What's veterans for?
Elite.
It's for elite. No, 5 elite.
Super
Oh,
elite.
yeah.
It's 5, I think. There is super elite. But there may be 6. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
remember.
6, but that's like god level, like It's fighting kings and stuff. But yeah, you would know that those dwarves were a serious threat, and you have taken out their commander. They probably do have someone else to take over command, but they are not going to forget that anytime soon.
Would it technically affect like future battles if we kill the commander?
Yeah, there's it does give you their units will get a disadvantage on morale, or it can affect their morale. But there are also situations where you could end a fight with a duel between commanders, but that's more like samurai stuff. We probably won't encounter that too much. But you guys have started to make your retreat. As I'll move you over here, we will try and update this a bit. But we are going to wrap things up a bit here. So as you guys now you make your retreat with the forces that you have, managing not to lose any units of your own. When you start making your way back, Gorm, Mikil, and Katya, but for now, yes, the two of you back there. Okay, the two of you have been with the rest of the army, and everyone's kind of been waiting for this. And while you are there, I would like both of you to please give me a religion check and tell me what it is that you've been doing while all the armies have had to move here. It's been quite a slow process, but everyone's kind of making it up to the bridge and the graveyards now.
Actually, is the check related like to wait? But I've been rolling normally this entire time instead of with advantage.
Oh,
It's not Fey, Fiends, or Undead, so that's a 9 for me. There is no
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah, so Gorm, you're quite distracted about the like there's a lot of this has been prophesized and you've been waiting on this for a while. But Mikil, as you guys are moving these troops up towards the graveyard, you will notice a similar energy there to what you have felt before. And as you're getting closer to the graveyards, you almost feel like there's something unsettling about the area. It seems like very similar to the last time you guys came here and you fought Draugr. That magic seems to have returned, and it seems like a very dangerous place to be setting up. And as you can see, a bunch of the armies are now trying to move in to hold this position.
might be able to use that to our advantage.
Yeah, except we hadn't thought about the fact that
Cut out that Ailson.
essentially some sort of lich that can raise and control undead and shit, that wasn't well thought
They
through.
might have reinforcements in our next battle, not our
Yep.
reinforcements.
Well, we always had the option to retreat. Also, I did want to ask, did Skirfer or just anyone at A, myself included, get a proper count of just how many ships there were before any of them landed?
6 to 7.
There were 7
7 in
to begin
total.
with. You did definitely get the information that there were 7, and only 5 of them arrived there, or was it? Yeah, there were only
Yeah,
5.
you said 2 were missing, so 1 we just fought, so there's 4 coming to the wall in
Yeah, the
different
one we
rivers.
fought wasn't destroyed. It's still coming.
They beached though. They beached
Did
and we, well, the ones we fought in the combat.
okay.
I mean, I'm gonna assume there weren't any more hiding in there because I don't know, just why would you hide in there?
Scared.
If they're scared to fight like a skirmish party, I feel like they aren't brave enough to take on the wall.
Real.
Also, I'll be entirely honest. On that battle map, I thought being on the different side of the river meant we were like all the way on these sides. I missed the 2 rivers that were going down here.
Yeah, those rivers are pretty small. I mean, it's not. They'd have problems getting all the way up there, but I mean that is kind of the whole thing about a longship, is that they can go up rivers.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm missing a ship. Oh, there. So yeah, it does seem like they're going up the main rivers. But you guys are retreating, so you can move your tokens up a bit, and you have, yeah, you've only lost 1 person that you actually know so far. That's guilty.
Pretty good odds. Not odds, thing.
Yeah, I think in destroyed one of their units and took out one of their commanders. I think that was
2
round
commanders.
1 to Bradovic.
Yeah, 2 commanders.
Shit, yeah, 2 commanders plus the war chief plus 1 complete unit. So round 1 definitely for us.
I'll mention whoever has like sending or message should probably send word to whoever's at D that they should expect a ship or 2 coming that way.
Do we actually know the ships are moving there?
Well, that's why
That's-
I asked, because if we saw 7 ships but only saw 5 of them come here,
You could insinuate that that's
Yeah.
probably what is happening. I mean, you guys did set up defenses there because you expected that they might do such a thing. So yeah, I'd say you can tell by how many ships you actually saw sailing in.
Can we try to send in some of the? At least can I at least try to send Hammond there? Like, they won't get there
Okay,
right
yeah,
now, but like they will keep moving there.
Yeah, no, that's cool. You can redirect them to head up there. So yeah, they'll head sort of back through the forest.
Yeah.
we still have a lot of units just back by the town, so that's kind of a reserve army for D if they do get past D at all. Plus, aren't still a lot of the Goliaths chilling like up here? Or all the Goliaths like deployed?
Yeah, that I mean, look, the reason I asked you to set up these areas was so that I can set up where the battles can potentially happen. So unless unless that goes badly,
Probably wouldn't have.
yeah, if they were to go into the Goliath camp, they would still have to face like the chieftain. So that could be potentially a thing. But currently, we haven't got. I haven't made extra warfare maps for inside the town, but I will.
I mean,
Depending on how the battles go next.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if it reaches that.
Can hope it won't
Yeah, I
reach
don't
there.
know. You, I wouldn't underestimate this army.
I mean, yeah, but like We have a lot of units.
They have more.
I know, but plot armor, I guess.
Yeah.
But do they have ballista? I think not.
Do they have a wall?
that?
So I thought.
You haven't actually seen Ailton yet.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they saw him on the beach, like at the sea, but not here. No.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think if Gorm had stepped out onto the beach, he might have shown himself. But for now, the troops are moving in, and there's probably a lot more where that came from.
It's currently
As-
it says midnight. Okay.
Yep. We are losing power. Okay,
No,
so
I meant midnight in game, but yeah, for you, it's for you as well.
Yeah, for us as well. Yeah, I think so. What we need to think about is whether the graveyard place to fight, or because I know we've got a couple of units, the druids and the grung and the tooth fairies, that do better in forests. We get advantages there, but I'm going to say good night, and this was fabulous. I have absolutely loved tonight, so it was well worth the wait. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thank you guys. I know there's a lot still, and we'll have to get used to it. But I think we can feel that by the end of it, like the ball is rolling, and